I think every Marvel fans are wondering now what is the Phase 4, what is the Phase 5, and what is the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video, so let's get started. Since Spider-Man Far From Home is wrapping up Phase 3, everybody is starting to wonder what is the Phase 4 looks like. We already know what's coming to Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now there has been a supposed leak of the Phase 4 slate showing the movies that we already knew were coming, but some new movies as well. But all lined up perfectly with how Marvel wants to take the MCU in the future. With a good majority of the information on this leak coming from or being confirmed by the account on Twitter called Roger Wardell, no one knows if that is actually his true name, but back in December of 2018, before Avengers Endgame came out, this person posted many Avengers Endgame leaks that ended up being 100% true. And this including his leaks about a lot of characters returns, like Captain America saying Hail Hydra, and the very first thing this person posted back in December was Fat Thor. It's a very legitimate source who has also been talking about Guardian of the Galaxy 3 and Doctor Strange, so we're gonna go ahead and break down this new Marvel Phase 4 slate leak. The first movie that this leak states that are coming are Black Widow, The Eternals, Black Panther 2, Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange 2, and Guardian of the Galaxy 3. Like I said, we pretty much know these movies were already coming, but here is where it gets very interesting. Is the next movie that is said to be in development already is Nova. Also, there have been many reports that Nova is fast in development, and we even learned about a delete scene between Nova in Avengers Infinity War or Endgame. The writers revealed that they originally had plans to show Thanos going to Xandar and obtaining the Power Stone, which is where he would have fought Nova. So the fact that this states that a Nova movie is in development is right on track. With everything that we've heard so far, this leak then goes on to talk about movies that are not yet in development but are planning for Phase 4 and the future of the MCU. So even though everybody is talking about Phase 4, there might not be any more phases. Kevin Feige has talking about getting rid of them, but there has been no confirmation yet. So until then, we're just going to assume like all these movies are going to be coming out in Phase 4, also in Phase 5. This leak goes on to say that there are plans for Thor also, and this makes perfect sense as we know from Avengers Endgame that Thor's story arc is not done yet. In fact, the way they left it from Avengers Endgame made it seems like there's a lot left at Thor's storyline, and we know that Chris Hemsworth is not done playing Thor, so this makes perfect sense, I think. However, the next movie is Ant-Man 3. This also makes sense as well. A lot of people have speculated that there would be another Ant-Man, and why would there be? The movie have been successful. They haven't been huge like all the other movies, but they still have been very successful. I think Ant-Man 3 will probably be pretty important moving forward, and the MCU has given the fact that it's all about the quantum realm, and since the multiverse is being introduced into the MCU. I think also the quantum realm will most likely play a pretty important role in traveling between the universes. Then we have Captain Marvel 2. They've already set Captain Marvel as the Marvel's big character moving forward with the future of the MCU. And besides all of this leak gets really interesting. It said that movies that Marvel has plans for are the new Avengers, the Young Avengers, and the Dark Avengers. Now, the new Avengers is no-brainer at some point in time. We're going to have new Avengers, and Avengers Endgame seems to set the groundwork for Young Avengers. We saw how Kate training his daughter Layla with a bow and arrow, so she said to take over his mantle. We saw Harley Keener, the genius boy from Iron Man 3, and also we saw Ant-Man's daughters Casey Lang, and not mentioned at some point in time, I think Morgan Stark will mostly likely want to take over on her father's mantle. So the groundwork for the Young Avengers has already been set in Avengers Endgame. But the Dark Avengers is something that a lot of people have begun to speculate about recently, especially as Norman Osborn gets introduced into the MCU. And which this leaks does talk about later on. Leaks then goes on to state that Falcon and Winter Soldier, Wanda and Vision, Loki and Hawkeye are being developed for Disney+, but the characters will still be featured in the movies. Wanda and Vision have reality-altering powers as per producers. The leaks go on to say that the X-Men and the Fantastic Four will not appear until Phase 5, which has pretty much been confirmed by Kevin Feige. As well, he said that we most likely will not see the X-Men or Fantastic Four enter the MCU for at least 5 years from now. Then this leaks goes on to say that there won't be another decade spanning overarching storyline like the Infinity Saga, but there would be overarching mini arcs spanning 3 to 6 films. There would be a more clarified divide between grounded MCU and cosmic MCU going forward, each having their own cast specific tones and overarching storylines. We already know that the future of the MCU was going into the cosmos, especially with Guardian of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel, and now with the Nova movie in development. But of course you're still going to have events happen on Earth, so it makes sense that there would be some of a divide between the two of them. And this makes sense because if Captain Marvel and Thor were fighting people galaxies away of Earth, they probably wouldn't interfere with Earth too much and wouldn't really overlap with any stories going on Earth. So the fact that the cosmic MCU and the grounded MCU are going to be divided make perfect sense. We know that Chris Hemsworth has more movies left doing Guardian of the Galaxy 3 and 4, and also Chris Pratt has several movies left as well. So there is going to be plenty of cosmic MCU movies. The leaks goes on to state that the main of antagonist for the grounded MCU is supposed to be Norman Osborn, provided that Marvel and Sony renew their contract. And this is something that everybody is speculating about right now, especially because in the Spider-Man Far From Home trailers and clips that we've seen, we see the older Avengers Tower get bought, reconstructed and is now finished, and everybody widely believe now that is the Oscar building. Introducing Norman Osborn, Oscorp and the Green Goblin make perfect sense moving forward with the grounded MCU. So that's it for this leak on Marvel's Phase 4 and 5. And for the upcoming future movie of the MCU, keep in mind that Kevin Feige said that they're going to announce their plans moving forward with the MCU after Spider-Man Far From Home. We know that Spider-Man Far From Home comes out July 2nd, and then San Diego Comic-Con is on July 18th, and Marvel is confirmed to be there this year. So that would be a perfect time to introduce the Phase 4 lineup in the future movies of the MCU moving forward. And of course that's just speculation, but it would be the perfect and ideal time for Marvel to do that. So we will officially find out the slate of future Marvel movies very soon, and again this leak has merit to it, but it is a leak, so take it with a grain of salt. So guys, in the end of this video I wanna know what you think about this lineup. Are you satisfied with it, or would you like to see different movies come to Marvel? And what are you looking forward most about the future of the MCU? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my video and see you next time.